I'm Ryan Boyd. Me and my wife Glorianne are avid hunters and outdoorsmen. We also own a nuisance wildlife removal company. We have a deep respect for all wildlife and are passionate about conservation and helping people get out of the house or office and reconnect with our wild roots, which is how we believe God created us to live. We always have our hands full dealing with some kind of critter, so please join us and get ready. It's a wild life. All right, what's up, guys? So we are on a piece of property. Had a homeowner, actually it's a landowner. They just closed on this piece of property. It's 5 acres. They just closed on it on Monday. Today is Thursday. They've been up all night chasing hogs, and tell you, wildlife never sleeps. But we've got a massive hornet's nest, biggest one I've ever seen. This thing is incredible. It's right here behind me, and it is live. I can already see some at the entrance. These are bald-faced hornets. Look at that bad boy right there. Probably 2 feet tall and is big around, a little bit bigger around than a basketball. I mean, this thing is huge. These are bald-faced hornets. So let's get suited up and get started removing this nest. This is gonna be fun. You probably can't tell just from reference how big this nest is, but it is absolutely massive. So incredible to me that such a small insect can build something that will withstand tropical storms, withstand hurricanes. This nest has been here for a long time. I'm blown away by how, I mean, it's art. Wait till you see this thing up close. So I'm using my vacuum to try to suck up as many as I can. There's a lot of foragers out that aren't in the nest right now. This was in November, so a lot of foragers out looking for as much food as they can to try to stock up for the winter. I'm also trying to be as careful as I can with my vacuum because I don't want to damage this nest. I want to keep it intact. So even though they're called bald-faced hornets, they're actually a species of yellow jacket. Bald-faced hornets can actually sense the carbon dioxide of the intruder, mark that as a target, and squirt venom very accurately into the eye of the intruder. So you gotta be really careful when dealing with these nests. They're also very defensive of their nests, and they do have a pretty powerful sting. So here you can start seeing a lot of those foragers starting to come back to the nest. As big as this nest was, I was surprised to see that the numbers were pretty low. In fact, this whole process only took me about 30 minutes, which normally would take a lot longer for a nest of this size. Here you can see a view of the inside of the nest. As you can see, it's pretty empty. Still a couple of hornets in there, but for the most part, pretty clean. Look at this nest, guys. Look at the size of this thing. Unbelievable. This thing is huge, massive. And this little guy right here, like, what are you doing with my home? Just incredible. Man, what a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. Really trying to preserve this nest, not mess it up, because these things are, you know, as tough as they are, they're also very delicate. I mean, this is just paper. You can see where my vacuum kind of shredded it up right here. But, you know, it's just paper is all it is. So it's still pretty delicate. And there's the final product. Look at how big that thing is. Wow. All right, to be honest with you, that was a lot more uneventful than I was expecting it to be, just because of the size of this thing. But nonetheless, we got it, and this customer's gonna be ecstatic. These big bald-faced hornets, when they hit you, it's like a little missile. It's incredible. You never know what type of calls you're gonna get where. You can be experienced and still not be prepared because every situation is always different. Pretty wild. You can see that stinger's fully stuck out there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Big stinger. These guys will poke through a bee suit very easy, but you can see these guys, they get big. They get very large. Bald-faced hornet. All right, so we've got this hornet's nest in here. Still got a lot of live hornets and larvae that are inside here, so we're gonna stick it in our freezer if it'll fit. That's gonna fit perfect. We're gonna stick it in here for about 2 days just to go ahead and freeze and kill everything else that's in there, and I'm excited to get it hung somewhere, find a place for it. So we gave it 3 days. I was gonna give it 2 days, but just been busy. So we gave it 3, fixing to pull this big, beautiful nest out of here. And everything in it should be very dead and very frozen. Just forgot how big and beautiful it is. Had to delicately get this out without ripping any of that paper. How gorgeous is that? There's a little bald-faced hornet right there, just a little one. So all these different colors and layers are different types of wood. So what these worker hornets will do is they'll go and find some soft wood, they'll chew it up, and with their big mandibles, their big teeth, they'll chew it up, and then they'll mix it with their saliva, and they'll do a little layer like that. And there's so many of them building together that they eventually make this giant nest, and they mix that with their saliva, that wood, and it creates like a paper mache. All right. It's like the perfect little spot for this nest right here in our shop. I'll be able to see it every day, look at it, admire it. What a cool, amazing creation. I mean, this is the biggest hornet's nest I've ever seen. Comment if you've seen a bigger nest than this. If this is the biggest one you've ever seen, also comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe. That way you don't miss any of the next future videos. And if you want to see more of a day-to-day basis of what we do, follow me on Instagram. Until next time, stay wild.